Where's my brush? Doo, 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 doo. Where's my brush? Doo, doo. Oh. Okay. Get out of here, sir. You are not the star of the show today. Hey guys, it's Beth and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a fun one because I actually went through my makeup collection and I grabbed a bunch of products that I completely forgot about. So I wanted to use them again. I have pretty much a product for almost every category except for, I think, mascara, but I have a full face of products that I forgot about, and I think it's going to be kind of like a fun little shop my stash moment to kind of remember like if I liked a certain product or why I don't like it, why I do like it. So if you want to see me use the products that I completely forgot about, then just keep on watching. So first we are going to start off with primer, and I have this Touch in Sol No Poreblem Prime Essence. I'm going to use this. It's more of like a primer serum type of product, and I'm feeling kind of dry today, and the foundation that I'm using is kind of a thicker, more matte one, so I thought this would be a good pairing, I hope. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my fingers and get that on my face. Goodness, this is really liquidy, and there's like no instructions on the tube or anything. So I can't remember how I used to use this because I did use this for a while and then I thought it was breaking me out, but I think it was just hormones and stuff like that because I was breastfeeding my son. And press that into the skin. It feels really nice, like a serum, really thin serum. Feels kind of hydrating, which is good because I was feeling kind of dry today. And like I said, the foundation we are going to use today is kind of matte and thick, so I'll show you what that one is. I am going to be using the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, and I remember this one being kind of hard to work with and kind of hard to blend, but I don't remember like once I get it on how I feel about it. I think I might have liked it. I did keep it obviously, but we'll see. I think what I'm going to do is actually put some of this on the back of my hand, which I don't normally like to do, and as you can see, it is super duper thick. Like, it's not going to move. So I think I'm going to put some of this on the back of my hand, get a brush, and kind of like press it into the brush and then go to the face with it. Because I remember it being kind of hard to blend. And then once I have it kind of spread around on the face, I'm going to take a sponge and continue to blend that in. Ooh, my sponge is cold. And yes, my forehead is a whole mess. I picked at two little tiny, they were like nothing, and I picked at them and turned them into something. This decided to pop up and I'm trying not to touch it, and then I have a scratch on my forehead. So those will be a good test for the coverage of the foundation, I guess. There's the bright side. So far that looks pretty good, and it hasn't been too hard to blend in, so maybe this is the way to go. Just kind of spread it around with a brush. Ooh. That is so sore. Spread it around with a brush and then just really press it into my skin with a sponge. What I can see here, there's like some streakiness that's kind of hard to blend in, and see, that is exactly what I remember about this foundation, is just having a hard time getting it really worked into my skin. But I do think I did like it because if I remember correctly, the staying power and everything was really good. It was just kind of a job to put it on. Okay, so I have the foundation all blended in, and I tried to use it sparingly up in this area because that is where I get the most cakey. My forehead and like between my eyebrows cannot handle a lot of foundation, so you can kind of see them, the little pimples and stuff through, but I don't like to cake a lot of foundation on my blemishes anyway. Now we are going to move on to concealer, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. 16 Hour, the original Camo concealer. I haven't used this, I don't even remember the last time I used it, so I am going to get this under the eyes. I don't even honestly remember how much I need to be using, but I'm going to blend that in with a sponge. Hopefully I have a good shade here. I grabbed medium sand, so it should be decent. I'm actually going to take this onto my eyelids because I did used to use this as like a eyeshadow primer. So I'm just going to get that all over the lids. We are going for full coverage glam today, I guess. Wow, that looks so incredibly smooth. Like, I forgot. Like, I know I used to like this concealer, I just haven't used it in so long that like I forgot how smooth it looks underneath the eyes. All right, so concealer is all blended in and this actually looks really good coverage. So for powder, I dug out a powder that I haven't used in years. It probably needs to go in the trash, but I hardly have any left, so I'm like, why don't we just use her up? And it is the Laura Mercier translucent loose powder. I hardly have any in here. This is a little mini size, by the way. This lasted me forever. And I'm just going to do my favorite powder technique where I take my sponge and I just, wait, let me get a mirror first. Take my sponge, make sure I don't have any creasing, and just press it in to my skin. No baking, just really pressing that powder in with a damp sponge. I don't personally feel like this powder is worth the price. I can get a similar look with so many other powders. I feel like it is just way too expensive for what it is. It's a friggin' loose powder. It is good, but it's not great. And I hardly have any in there at all, so it's hard to get it out. Anyone else's allergies just been like horrific? I woke up this morning just like sneezing up a storm. My voice is so nasally. Okay, I think we are gonna call Miss Laura Mercier an empty. I officially used all of the powder in this little container. I think I do want to keep it though, to use for like if we ever get to travel again, to put some of my other loose powders in there, so I don't have to take such a big container, because look how cute and tiny. This is my Pretty Vulgar that I always use, and this is the little mini Laura Mercier, and I think this is like $23 for this little tiny one. Granted, it does last a while, but again, I just don't think that a loose powder needs to be that expensive. And then for the rest of the face, because I ran out of the Laura Mercier, I'm just going to use one of the powders that I'm trying to work through. This is the Milani Even Touch Powder Foundation, just to lightly set the rest of my face. So when I go to use my bronzers and stuff, I'm not going to have any skipping or anything, just to kind of give my face an even texture. I have like little dog hairs or brush hairs or something. A dog hair. And now for the face, I am going to be busting into this bad boy. I like literally almost forgot that I had this. I had it like in the back of a drawer. So I'm going to use this for my blush and bronzer. And this is like a Physicians Formula, obviously. The Ultimate Butter Collection. So all of their butter products that they have are in this gigantic little box thing. So you open it like this, pulls out like that on one side, pulls out like that on the other. So you got the bronzers, the butter highlighters, the butter eyeshadows, the butter blushes, and the butter lipsticks in here. And I actually really like this. Everything in here is really nice, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this bronzer right here, and that is the Deep Butter Bronzer. I think this is the original up here, right here. So this one's just a little deeper, and this is the one I use the most because I feel like it is the best for my skin tone specifically. So I'm just gonna apply that kind of as a contour bronzer situation, and I hear my kids fighting, so that is fun. Luckily Daddy's home today. If you don't like the scent of the butter products, you probably won't like this, because everything in here is fragranced like that, but it doesn't really bother me. And I'm normally one who is sensitive to fragrance. I can't wear perfume or anything like that, but I don't find that this lingers on the face really. I think I'm actually even gonna go into the Sculpting Bronzer, which is this deepest one here, and like boop, a little tiny tap, and get that to get a little bit more of a contour going. Woo! That one is so pigmented, so you got to be careful with it. If you have fair skin especially, probably not going to be able to use that one because it is intense. I love the sheen that the butter bronzer has. It gives such a natural look to the skin, and I especially like it since the Becca foundation was pretty matte and full coverage. It's kind of giving me some life back to my face. And then for blush, I'm going to go into this one, and this is called Copper Cabana, if I can show you accurately. It's right there. These are really pretty. I really like these blushes. If you don't like a shimmery finish or like a glowy finish to your blush, again, I don't know how much you would like this, but I really like it. Okay, and now for the eyes. I actually completely forgot I had this palette. I haven't used it in over a year at least, and it is the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette, and this one is so pretty. I don't know why I haven't reached for this one in so long, but I am really excited to bring her out today and show her the love that she needs. And let's create a look with her. I think I want to go for something like peachy and bronzy. I mean, obviously, that's what we have to work with. So I am first going to start with this shade in the palette, and I am going to get that going into my crease. And I really love the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes. I have 3 of them. I have the Coral, the Mauve, and the Electric Obsessions, and oh my god, I used the crap out of the Electric Obsessions. It's the really bright, colorful one with like practically neons in it. I used the crap out of that one when I first started posting on my Instagram for all the fun, colorful looks, and it has this like turquoise shimmery blue in there that is just insane. Like the pigment and the shine on it, it's crazy. So if you were ever interested in these, they are good. The ones I have anyway. I've always heard good things about the others as well, and they're a little more affordable than Huda's typical pricing. I think these are like $20 some. And then I think I will go in with this one right here. Nice warm rusty brown. Look at that. Tap some of that off. Look, just press it on, and it's just nice and pigmented, and her shadows do blend super easy. One thing I do want to say though, I find with some of her shadows is that they don't show up the same color on the eyes that you think they would in the palette. But the quality overall is really nice. I'm going to kind of wing this out a little bit, nothing too crazy, just kind of lift the eye a little. The only thing with this palette, it can create a really pretty look, but you don't really have any depth to work with in here, so you can't get like, you know, a smoky eye out of it or anything. But if that's not your thing, then that's not an issue for you. I would like to have like one deeper shade in here. I feel like they could have got rid of this one in the middle and put like a nice deep brown or like a deep plum or something would have kind of set this off, I feel. I can't decide which shimmer I want. There are only 2 options for shimmers. It's this more peachy golden one, and then this more like cooler taupey peachy bronze color. So this is what they look like swatched. I don't know if that's the vibe. I think I'm gonna go with this one. So like I said, I'm gonna go in with this one, and I'm just gonna use my finger. Again, that's my preferred way to apply shimmers. So I'm gonna just pop that all over the lid. My only complaint is that there's no dimension to this particular look that I did today. I mean, there are lots of fun colors to play with in here. These more peachy tones, that yellow I've used in a look and it was gorgeous. But I feel like this looks really monotone, like there's no dimension to the shades that I chose to use today. It is a pretty look, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I just wish there was one more deeper shade so I can kind of add a little more dimension to this eyeshadow look. All right, so now for under the eyes, I think I'm gonna, well, I just threw my palette on the goddamn floor. So for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna actually play with some more of these peachy tones, and I'm gonna go in with this one at the top with a little wispy brush to put to put underneath the lower lash line. Whew, that tickles. I think I actually do want to take some of that other shimmer, the more peachy gold one, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that underneath the lower lash line on like the inner half. Okay, so I'm gonna try a different brush. I know that that shimmer is really intense. I've used it before, but with that brush, it just was not wanting to show up on my lower lash line. Try my finger. There we go. That is what I was looking for. I think it's just because I have so much powder underneath there with eyeshadow and my setting powder that it was kind of like losing its intensity. I actually want to go back in with that rusty brown and try to like build up some depth on this outer part here, just to see if I can, just a little bit. That looks like it's helping a little, kind of using a smaller brush so I can get it more concentrated. That did help a little bit. It's just not a super deep color, but that did help. Now, so I can go in with some highlighter, I'm gonna use some setting spray, and the setting spray I'm gonna be using today is the Catrice Prime and Fine Illuminating Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. And this kind of has like a glowy element in there, so you really need to shake it up really well, or you can kind of have specks of sparkle or like shimmer on your face. But I find that if I shake this up really good, I don't have that problem. It's actually a good setting spray. I just haven't used it in so long. Okay, good thing I did that little tester spray. Nice good drenching of some setting spray. Let that dry a little bit, and then I will take my sponge and kind of like roll it into the skin, as you guys know I like to do. Kind of help bring a more natural finish back to the face. That blush is a lot more shimmery than I remember, like holy glow. I probably don't even need highlighter, but I'm gonna put some on anyway. I know I do my makeup in kind of like an odd order, but this is just what works for me and what looks good on my skin. And I cannot, a bee just flew by my window, do my brows first before foundation or anything, just because that, I feel like that's just too much work to have to be so careful around your brows and whatever. I do like to do my eyeshadow first sometimes, but I don't really find it necessary. I feel like it takes me so much longer to do my makeup if I do my eyes first. I don't know why, but that's just how it is for me. Okay, so now for highlighter, I have this really pretty one by Artist Couture called Purple Dream Diamond Glow Powder. This one is really pretty. I have hardly used it, but the times I have used it, I really enjoyed it. I just forget about it all the time, which is the whole theme of this video. Loose highlighters kind of freak me out, but we're gonna do this. Get that on my brush. Let me get a mirror and just get that going on the top of the cheeks. Ooh, look at that. I thought this would kind of be pretty, kind of like purples and warm rusty peaches and stuff like that together. I just thought this would look pretty, and I was right. Look at that. Oh, that is stunning. I'm gonna wipe my brush off a little bit and really buff that in. Honestly, I don't even think I was gonna go in on the forehead and the chin and stuff like I normally would, but I have so much glow going on right now that I think I'm just gonna leave that highlighter on the cheeks. I don't even know if you can actually see that purpley haze that it's giving the top of my cheekbones. It is so stunning. I do want to take a little bit of that same highlighter on a small little detail brush and put that on my inner corner. That looks so pretty. I like how that purple kind of sets it off, and it's kind of like a pinky, peachy purple, and it is stunning. And I am living. Okay, and now for brows, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Black and Brown Brow Color little pot cream thing. This makes me nervous because I don't typically use products like this. It came in a kit I got, and I'm just the most comfortable with a pencil, so let's try her out. I'm gonna get some of that onto my brush. This is a Benefit brow brush, and I kind of like to go back and forth in the lid to kind of get the product distributed onto the brush evenly so we don't have any crazy things happen. Okay, so I'm just gonna start filling in the brow. And I've had this for a while, but it is shockingly enough still pretty creamy. Like no signs of being dried out at all yet, you can see. So that's good. Just continue to fill. I usually fill in my brows off camera, but we will do one brow together. I mean, it's not looking bad. That actually looks pretty dang good. I actually really like how that looks. So I'm gonna do the other brow, and I am going to put on some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my brows finished and I have some mascara on. I actually went in with my Almay brow styler as a brow gel because I do not use any pencil or anything in the front of my brow. I use my tinted brow gel to do that because I find that just looks the most natural on me. I always just fill in the outside and then use the brow gel on the inner part of the brow. And then for mascara, I use this Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift, and this is the waterproof version. Really pretty. This is only my second time using this and I actually really like it. Now we are going to move on to lips, and this is going to be a little cocktail of products, and the lip liner is going to be this Bodyography lip liner in the shade Timber. This was like my holy grail and I have not used it in so long, so I am really excited to put this on. It's like a brown toned nude, a little bit deeper, like a cooler brown, and it is so pretty. So I am just going to line the lips with this. So when I used to use this lip liner all the time, I didn't have a whole lot in my collection, and I definitely have other preferences now. I really like this color, but the texture is a little dry, and that could be also because it's a little old because I haven't used this in so long, but I do remember it being a little bit of a drier texture. So it doesn't glide on the lips as effortlessly as some of my other favorites, like the ColourPop ones, the LMR ones, even I have some Essence ones I really like as well. All right, so now I have a lipstick, and it is one of the Beauty Bakerie, what are these called? I think they're just like the Cake Pop little mini lipsticks. They are so freaking cute. And this is in the shade Funnel Cake. This was a holy grail as well for me. I used quite a lot of it actually. And it's just a nice like peachy nude. So I thought that would be really pretty to play off the eyes and the cheeks. And I just get that in the center of the lips. And then like mush my lips together to blend the lipstick into the lip liner. Wow, that actually looks really pretty together. I did pull a gloss out of my collection, but I am really loving how this lip combo looks. I think for the sake of the video, I will throw a gloss on, but just know that I absolutely love how this looks as is. But I am going to take this little e.l.f. lip lacquer in the shade Mauve Glitz, and it is kind of like a more bronzy color, which pretty much comes off clear once it's on the lips, but it is a really pretty gloss, and they're only like $2 or something like that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of juiciness to the center. I'm actually really glad that I decided to add a gloss because I just think that looks really pretty. So this is the completed look, and I'm actually really happy with how all of these products came together. And even though the foundation was kind of like thick and matte, Okay, so this is the completed look, and I am really happy with how all of these products came together. Even though the foundation was really like thick and pretty matte and full coverage, like I have this nice glowy finish to my skin, and like everything just looks really pretty. I'm really happy with my makeup today. I definitely really loved the brow product. That's one of the ones that's really standing out to me right now. I am definitely going to be bringing that into my rotation, and the Artist Couture highlighter, so stunning. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, leave me a comment down below. Tell me any videos you would like to see from me. Tell me how your day was. Tell me how your Sunday is. I'm filming this on a Sunday. This is going up on a Tuesday. Tell me how your Tuesday is going. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!